What is up, hobby friends? Ziggy No back with Hobby News Daily. It's Monday night, and there is no football. So why not watch Hobby News Daily? Because I got some good entertaining content for you tonight, man. What a great day. What a great day. Not only a great day, but a good day. Good day. I will say personally, in the card world, I got I think a 40 card PSA submission today. I think I'd have about a 40% gem rate. Some sexy cards, baby. Some sexy cards here. Oh, I did put a video of the full reveal on my IG account. That's Ziggina Raw on IG. If you want to watch the entire video, the entire reveal. Here's a cool card right here. Check this out. PSA 9. Why is that cool? Because this card was in my son's binder for years. We took it out. We're like, look at this graded. And I was expecting a 7 or an 8. You got a PSA 9. Stephen Curry, NBA draft class. Cool card, cool card. Here's a fire card here. Let me kill the music here. Here's a cool card I got. This is cool because I got the same. Well, I got one just like this in a break last night. I got this card. Check this out. That's a gem at 10. Jaden Ivey. Monopoly Running Man, super short print. Super short print. I don't know. Can't be that short if I got two of them. Let me tell you, it's a gorgeous card. It has the thing here that sucks. What's the thing called? What is this right here? Does this work better? Does it help you see it? Look. I don't think it does because the damn camera cannot. Oh, well, fuck it. You can't see it. Sorry. I'm not going to waste the time on it. That's not what you're here for. You're not here to look at my fucking PSA cards. That's not what we came here for. We came here to talk about what's cool, what's going on in the hobby drama, lessons learned. Repackers are molesting the hobby. Keep that in mind when you go to the National. If you go to the National, I want you to look around at how many people are selling repacks or mysteries or something like that. And keep an eye on that. And if you ever watch, there was this movie out, God, back in a long time ago, about this guy gets a pair of sunglasses, and when he puts them on, he can see all the monsters in the world. He takes them off, he sees everybody looks like a person. Puts the glasses on, everybody you can see the monsters. Think about that. There's no room in the world for repackers. It's no. Modern world, we don't need to use that type of magic and mystery to sell shit. It's inappropriate. Oh, I got comments in. What's up? The Mangini collection's here. Well, I'm going to be talking about you tonight, sir. I've actually got you on the agenda tonight in a positive way. I will say that. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Let's jump into it. Go live here, man. Let me start off by, I think, the most exciting news of the day. I want to give a quick shout out to Flipping Steve. If you guys don't know who Flipping Steve is, Flipping Steve has been doing content since about the spring of 2020. I kind of think of Flipping Steve as in the class of 2020. I was in the class of 2020. Dustin was in the class of 2020. Boris was in the class of 2020. There's a lot of good people in the class of 2020 we can talk about. But the reason I bring this up is that Steve here has been sending for 3 years. He's been doing a contest out of his own pocket to send somebody to the National. And not just send them to the National, send them to the National with money and travel and room and stuff, and hangs out with them. And the people who've gone, I want to say every one of them's had a great freaking time. I mean, how can you not have a good time? You get to meet card people, hang out with card people, everything's paid for. You win a contest. And I have to say, too, I love Steve's contests aren't be the first one in the room, win the contest by being lucky. He doesn't make it go to his buddy. You actually have to watch his content and actually understand and follow Steve. He makes it kind of like a Q&A. I've watched for 3 years. I've always been a fan of it. I really have. I applaud him. I have reached out to him several times and offered to participate as a sponsor. We've never connected on that. But again, I want to bring this first. I want to talk about this first because I think that's an amazing thing he's done. Two things I want to mention that I'm going to echo that just on his behalf. Why the fuck no one else talks about this really gets my goat. And I'm specifically talking Neo, Personal Finance Dad, are two that easily come to my mind. But there's others. You all know Steve. You all intermingle with Steve. You intermingle with Neo. And here's what I'll get you with the YouTube community. A lot of people just freaking ass kiss. They get on each other's channel, but they really don't pay any attention to the person's channel. They don't care about the person. They don't know about Steve. They don't know about Steve's life. Some of them do. I mean, some of them know Steve better than I do. I'm not gonna say they don't, but dude, he's been giving this thing away for 3 years. Asked 3 years people to help, and nobody's helped promote that. I think it's crappy. I've mentioned it. Not that I have many people following me, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I want to applaud Steve for that. I will say I did leave a comment to Steve on this string. You can go watch this video. You can go look at the comments. Because it got a little heated between Dustin and I, because I did make a comment specifically that I had not brought attention to this recently, because he was doing it on the channel collaborating with Dustin. And I'm not a fan of Dustin's right now. I don't like what Dustin's been doing. And I'll say specifically has to do with the addiction crap that I think he exploited and still exploits, does anything for clicks. I don't think I just think like this. I think Dustin's got a lot of time where he could be doing more stuff in the hobby outside of just being in front of the camera. And I think when he's in front of the camera, he's Dustin, the sports car dad, personal finance dad. But as soon as he's off camera, he doesn't give a shit about the hobby. That's just the perception I get, because I don't think he does the research, doesn't participate in the hobby, isn't going to do things. I mean, even simple things, dude. He doesn't go to Target, open a box, and bring it home and tell you what he got, even if to bitch about it. I don't know. Do what you want to do, Dustin. You do what you want to do. But I've always thought he was kind of fake, and I think he was always looking for ways to be carried in this hobby by other content creators. I'll put it that way. So I did not promote Steve's promotion because of that. I'll just be completely frank. That's the real reason. I put that in the string. It created a fire. So if you want to start another feud, everybody's talking about sports card radio and cardboard, or the chasing cardboard guys. Look, I got a feud with Dustin. I'm about to let go, because you read this string. I'm about to let go on him, because he brings up some trade we made 3 years ago. Because I will say, yeah, we used to be friends, and I think you're an asshole now. But 3 years ago, we made a trade, which is definitely in his favor. Now he wants the trade back. I know he's doing a joking jest, but I think he's an idiot even to bring the trade to attention. But we'll talk about that later. Let me get into the next part. The next most important topic to talk about today, before I go down the drama rat hole of chasing cardboard, sports card radio, and autographs. Dan the Card Man did a great video today on the Scumbed Scalper Strikes Again. Now, I would have reworded this, made a better thumbnail. Here's the deal, guys. It's not just that. I don't care if you want to go be the first guy in line, bully people, not be friendly, not share, be a fucking asshole. That's you, do you, boo. If you do it around me, I'm probably going to confront you, and I'm not going to let you get away with it. I'm going to be honest with you. I've done that when I've been around Targets and Walmarts. I don't let the asshole bully me. I'm not a violent person, but I don't get bullied. What this is about is a guy working at MJ Holding, then working with a guy on the outside. That's a deliberate collusion between employer, our company, and the outside world. That is wrong on so many levels. And the fact it's so vagrantly apparent and clear, and no one's doing anything about it, should be a bigger concern. Like MJ Holding should be sued. There should be a class action lawsuit. If we can do that, anybody's a lawyer who can figure this shit out. Should be a class action lawsuit against MJ Holding for allowing what we're seeing on camera, but we can suspect is going on across the nation, and that is collusion between their employees and people in the community. I'll leave it at that. That is a big issue. That is a huge issue, and it's terrible. It creates an atmosphere of bullies. People didn't want to go try to get a product because they know some big asshole bullies already got the product locked up. There was one guy here in our community who used to go with his mom to get stuff, right? And he was considered a bully. And I'm not telling you that this is some kid who went with his mom. This is a guy who's probably 40 years old going with his 68-year-old grandma, his mom. That's his mom, right? And going to get cards. And the two of them are bullies. Two of them, she would sit there, well, I'm going to get the stuff first. Man. I told him right there, you're not doing that around me. I'm not going to go off on this one. This is totally different tangent. But my point is, this got to stop. I really like being freaking raw and real right now. Okay. Seeing doubles? You see him seeing doubles? No, this is not doubles. We're going a little topic changing here. John, sports cards and collectibles. Let me just say something about John. I kind of think of John as like an island. I followed John's content for a while. He does really good content, a lot of followers, keeps to himself. He doesn't get caught up in the drama. You don't see him doing collaborations. I don't recall him doing shout outs to other channels either. Like this one really stirred his cage. And he brought to the attention that Chasing Cardboard was had sold more autos. Let me just give you this. Here's the deal. It appears like, and we're going to get this from the Sports Card Radio guys as well, that Chasing Cardboard's YouTube or eBay account has been used to sell past autos. I'm just thinking to myself, what if I sold to my eBay account? What if I sold to my eBay account? Like, did I sell like anything pornographic? Did I sell any toys? You know, I'm just kidding, guys. But you probably will find out soon enough. But he has sold autographs in the past. Now he says that they were paid for, so realistic. I just guess my thoughts are, why, dude? Why are you doing this? Like, and I say this, let me quickly say something, take every step, okay? So anybody's watching this channel live, I want you to know I have known Ty Wilson since probably 2016, 2017. Okay, I'll give you a quick little synopsis of this, okay? I met Ty through breaker culture when I got very involved in breaks, and like I am now, is very, vocal, reviews, gave my opinion, was opinionated, spoke my mind. And he ran a website called Breaker Culture, and I did reviews on there all the fucking time. And he asked me to write articles. I used to do these things called these time capsules for my kids where we'd store product away. Anyway, so I've known him for a while. He's a good guy. At least what I would say, he's a good guy in the community. He's been involved in the community. And let me define something by good guy. I kind of think is that it's trust in the community is kind of like credit. Okay. And it's two different things. Like, would you trust your bank to watch your kid? No. But you trust your bank with your money. So keep that in mind. So credit with Ty, because he's public, because he's breaker culture time, and because I know he is, I don't think he would do something deliberately to scam other people, right? That'd be foolish. Why wreck your name? Why do something foolish like that? Now, seeing what he's done, I don't think he did this deliberately. I just don't think he sees it as wrong. Okay. Now, this is a judgmental call thing. This is one of those things where, again, I tell you, if I knew about it and I saw him, I'd say, why are you doing that? And he'd probably tell me why. And I'd say, well, I think it's a bad idea. And he might go, oh, you're right. We would debate about it. I didn't know what was going on. Okay. Let me get to my point here. He has been doing it. And I have publicly said, and I'll say it again, I do think Ty is a good person. I like Ty Wilson. I've known him a while. I even made a comment tonight, and I'll say this too, guys. I text Ty when the incident happened, and I said, look, I'll just come out publicly and say, I think you're a good person. And I think I might have said, like, you made a mistake, but I think you're a good person. I would stand by you. I'd vouch for you. I sent him a text message the other day. I have sent him several text messages to be supportive of him. And now I'm not talking DMs to his IG. I have his cell phone number. We used to be very good friends. We used to talk to each other more often. Heard nothing back from him. I think one text message, thanks. So tonight on an Instagram channel, somebody was selling, I know it was, Arena Club is selling some autographs, and they're Arena Club's slabs. I don't even know what autographs they were, but my first thought is, Arena Club, you don't do autograph authentication. Unless something's changed I don't know about, you've got some authentication autograph policy, and I didn't read enough into it, but why are you putting slabbed autographs? Like, that's misleading. That let's ask Ty and Chasing Cardboard their opinion of that. And I tagged them on it. Now, again, it's more of a poke at Arena Club than it is a poke at Ty, but I can see how Ty sees that as a poke. Now, again, my point to that, had Ty not been involved in this, is really a poke at Arena Club on what the hell are you doing with these autographs? Ty, what do you think about this? They don't do autograph authentication. As far as I know, there's two companies who do autograph authentication. That's Beckett and PSA, and CSG is doing them when they see it take place. If the person comes on site and they do some type of this special autograph authentication stuff. So I brought that up. Ty, by the way, sends me a text message, some little snarky comment about, I thought you were standing up for me, and copies out that. I'm thinking to myself, all the shit I do defending you and all the things I say in your favor, and that one comment I make tonight, you take out of context. I don't know what to say, man. I hope you're watching this video tonight. I hope you understand. And I also said this to him. I just think you should apologize. I think John Mangini might have said this. I want to say it was Mr. Mangini. I don't know. I'll say another thing. There are a lot of, and I have a video come up, there are a lot of other content creators that's been either grill the fuck out of Ty or roast him, get him out of here, or they are defending him like he didn't do anything wrong. And there are there are those in the party, and I believe it was John Manchin. Said this. He said, look, you just should apologize. People like, to forgive it for apology, move on. I agree with that camp. That's exactly where I would stand. Look, just apologize, move on. We're going to forget about it. There'll be a lesson learned. It's like, hey, remember Chasing Cardboard did it? Yeah, the guy came out and said it was a bad thing to do. Yeah, they did. Hey, you checked out the latest video? It's fucking great, man. That is what's going to happen. Let me clarify this again, Ty. If you come out and apologize, people are going to go, oh, you apologize. They can't grill you anymore, okay? They can't. Then in a few weeks, they're going to be, hey, you hear about the autograph thing? Oh, yeah. Did you see the latest episode that guy did? He did a great episode on this. That is what they're going to remember. It's the fastest way to make this thing go away. I even said this before, like, dude, you're putting, I don't know, maybe I'm misleading. This was some other dream I had. But John makes a good point. Ty's not doing that. He made some comment about, this. He made a comment here that these weren't, charged back. I don't know. You get my point. Okay, this is a great video here. Vintage Sports Shack coming up on 1,000 subscribers. If you're watching my channel and you've not subscribed to him, please go subscribe to the Vintage Sports Shack. Tell him, leave a comment that Ziggy No sent you. I'd love to see us pop this guy over 1,000. I'm working on a video of my favorite content creators under 1,000. He might not still be on the list by the time I get the video out because the dude's funny. The dude's good. Don't be stupid video. It's a good video. He echoes kind of what I'm saying differently, maybe in a different way. I mean, I felt like, let me say this too. I never heard Ty defend me when I've been attacked. Never. And even recently, I don't even feel like Ty likes me, dude. He uninvited me to Hobbypalooza. He got mad at me when I called out Retro Hoops for being his 90s basketball card experts. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll put it this way. I am the same person when it comes to content that I was when I started doing content 3 years ago. And I feel like I'm the same person I was when I got sports cards 7-8 years ago that I am today too. I feel the same way. Like, to me, this is a fun hobby. I really enjoy these damn cards. They look really cool. They look sexy to me. They look fun. I don't pick them up because you can't see them, but I fucking love them. They're cool. And I love to see them find homes that love them more than me. Does that make sense? And I'm not trying to gouge a person to get it. Like, I want to find the kid who's like, dude, that card's my favorite card. And I know he's going to keep this card. And I think about Ziggy now. And I think about, I don't know, I don't want to anyway. Gambling. Saw this video from Sports Card Radio, and they go on to grill Ty in the middle, the end of this, but I'm not here to talk about that part. I'm here to talk about the gambling. They talk about Fanatics, and they bring up Fanatics Live prohibits gambling on its platform sellers. There's no duck races, spins, rolls, raffles, roulette wheels, randomized results are not permitted. Okay, there is a roulette wheel. I talk about that in my videos, and there needs to be a way to random stuff at certain times, whether it's a team or a card or you have multiple players on a card. So this to me says a few things. Number one, they also have a policy for 3 cameras, so they don't have 3 fucking cameras working. Number one, there's a disconnect between what policies are being made, how they're being made, and how they're being implemented, and what the reality is. And it makes me concerned. Like, I think to myself, who is running Fanatics Live and rolling this out? Like, I can imagine you got DAPs telling these guys how to set stuff up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or they got just a bunch of talking heads and no leadership, if that makes sense. No real person who put in the best interest of the future of both the platform and breaking. Like, you need to make a good argument why random.org is used. It's a neutral third party that most of us can agree that we trust. If you're using your own internal random, I don't necessarily trust it. There's a lot of lack of trust in the hobby, right? And then now we got boxes coming from the manufacturer to Fanatics that you're going to random out. Like, right there, dude, my fucking tinfoil hat's going up like this. I'm thinking, well, can't you then coordinate who you want to get the random boxes and the random teams or the specific PYTs? When they buy the PYT, he gets the bad box. And if this guy buys the PYT, he gets a better box. Like, for example, Ziggy's an asshole. So every time I buy a PYT, I'm going to get the worst set of boxes because they know what pack, what box has what based on the barcode. And I'll tell you this, the breaker doesn't even know about it. Fucking Fanatics Cloud Monster knows it. He sees that Ziggy Knows on. He sees Ziggy Knows buys the Mets in a break. So it then queues up and moves this case over the breaker. Hey, case number 456822 is going to be the case you're going to break. And by the way, that case has fucking no Mets in it. Think about that. Fucking gambling. Real gambling, we need to set this thing. This is gambling. We need to accept the fact that the hobby is gambling and allow real regulation like it's gambling. Okay? Think about like lotto tickets, right? The lottery system. They run that pretty damn well. We need to have the same regulation in sports cards. And I'd feel really good about spending my money there. Hobby influencers rant. I'm only going to give this man a few moments. First of all, they start off by saying, now that we've entered the YouTube community, I didn't know if I'd be ready for the comments because in the podcast community, you don't get comments. And it made me think to myself, that's exactly true. In the podcast community, you can live there in your nice little utopian, happy world, believing that, oh, I got 1,000 downloads. I must be really popular. Maybe your mom hit the download button 55 times. I don't know, but you're not getting real criticism. You're not looking your constituents, your viewers, your subscribers in the freaking eye every day and listen to feedback. So I think podcasting is freaking weak at best. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about podcasting. It's a great way to communicate, but it's not a good way to collaborate, to debate, to learn, to evolve, to make things better. So when these guys talk about that, and then they go on talking about how they love to hear, I like the banter, I like the rebuttal, and you'll just notice, please go check this, I am still blocked. I left comments on here. You can't see my comments because I'm blocked. And I have to say to you guys, there's nothing that pisses me off more than being blocked on YouTube. I mean, if you want to block something, YouTube, like the whole purpose of YouTube is collaboration, right? The reason we have the comments on, the reason we have the kid section and adult section, like here's the thing, dude. If you want to be a kid, then take comments off because you're a kid. But if you're not going to be kiddie, then leave them on. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Moving along. Great video here. I'm going to take a second while we're on the bandwagon and I'm ranting about content creators. Let's talk about repacks. And I missed this moment earlier on because back here, there is a mention of this in repacks, mystery boxes, repacks. They will be permitted. They talk about how they're going to be used. And I've heard this talked about a lot of times. There's a huge community of repackers. This video is probably the best video I've ever heard describing why repacking is bad. Here's this right here, repack example. Okay. He does a very good job, and I think he's nice about this. There's roughly we'll call it $3,000 worth of cards here. Okay, 11 cards. The best card here is I think one card's worth $1,000. Some of the cards here are worth less than $300. So you make 11 envelopes. You charge $300 per envelope. So you have one guy's going to win a lot, and several guys are going to lose. That is an example of a very simple repack. But the problem with it, as he points out, is that takes on a lot of assumptions. It takes on this assumption that full market value could even be obtained in the first place if you transparently sold these cards. Okay? And you most likely will not. It's taking so many assumptions. It's a cowardly way. It is a cowardly way to sell product. That's why, to me, repackers are child molesters. You are the child molesters of the hobby. And I'm calling you that because I want to upset you. I want to provoke you to change. I want you to think about what you're doing. I want you to look yourself in the mirror and go, is this what I want to do? Is this how I make the hobby better? Because this man says, and a lot of people tell you about repacks, you want to send one kid out of the room bragging about how I won the repack. So 55 kids, whatever, run out of the room crying they got garbage. Okay? And that's what this is. It's illegal gambling. It's the worst form of gambling because it's loaded. I want to mention the fact that a lot of times the products in these repacks, as this guy mentioned, are just not good products. Like they're not licensed or they're either low graded. I even say they're trimmed, they're altered, they're fake, they're stolen, they're stolen, they're stolen. It's a great way to move product. Stolen products go in repacks. They fit in really nicely. So you want to pass a stolen card on to a kid too. Good for you. Oh, I didn't know, man. I bought it in a repack. That's one of my favorite ones. Where'd you get the card for? I got it in a repack. Repacks and repackers are the child molesters of the hobby. Stop them. Call them out. Ask them to do better. I'll leave it at that for now. I'm thinking about a big sign at the National that says that repackers are child molesters. Repackers are child molesters. I'll probably get fucking slugged. But as long as I have a lawyer, it's cool. Speaking of lawyers, Cage lawyer. Good, bad, and the hobby. Let me start. Cage starts off with this really great story. He starts talking about Starstock and all the things they did wrong. If they could change that, if they could do it right. Now, here's the two things they did wrong. What was the first one he said? Oh, I can't think about it. I can't remember what it was. Oh, he thought they could make this commodities market so you could buy a card, sell it in the same day based on performance. I don't think that should ever work anyway. What I think I'll tell you real quickly. Here's where I think Starstock failed, and I think Arena Club is trying to pick up where they made a mistake. Is that Starstock had this whole idea: send me all your cards. I'm going to pre-screen them, A's, B's, and C's. And if I call it an A, that's going to be a PSA 9 or 10. Okay. And that whole pre-screening of Star Trek A, B, and C made us then put extra value on these cards with the assumption that now they are going to be a PSA 9 or 10. So we could buy them and grade them ourselves, or we could send them through StarStock. Now, right at the end, before StarStock really started to die, right, was I think 2021 or was it 2022, January, when PSA suspends in March. StarStock had gotten 3 submissions in. If that suspension did not stop and StarStock starts popping out graded cards every month through, hey, I can send my cards to StarStock, I can buy the A's, and if, let's say, 90%, 80%, even 70% of the A's were gemming to 10s, that's a machine that I think would have kept StarStock in a good position, because they were the only ones at the time that were offering you to send a card in, pre-screen it, get it in the marketplace, and then get it to PSA fast. That didn't happen. And StarStock sputtered. And the reality was, when you looked at what StarStock offered, they were no different than what ComC was offering. And then you had the customer service issues, and you had the complaints, and you had people who were pulling the cards out because they wanted to get them graded themselves, or try to send them themselves a grade. They want to go off to SGC or somebody else who was not affiliated with StarStock anymore. And when they were getting their cards back, they were getting back cards that they felt were in crappy condition, and they weren't meeting those StarStock A's. That's why StarStock failed. So I look at Arena Club, and this is what Cage is talking about. He talks about how Arena Clubs will be better because they've changed and they made things better. It's a really clever way to look at this. But I think Arena Club's problem is that I don't trust right now sending my cards to anybody to get stuck in their vault. Like, I still got cards stuck in the StarStock vault right now that I've decided to either leave or just die, I guess. I even have requested a shipment about 2 months ago that I'm still waiting on. So I don't want to do that again with Arena Club. The second piece is, do I really want to encase a card? Like, I like the whole StarStock A because they can pre-grade it so I could send it to PSA. But why would I send it to Arena Club right now? So you can, what? Slab it in your slab and I have to crack it out so I can sell it to PSA? It's not, Arena Club is not an end game for where I want my card or cards to be if I'm sending them into the Arena Club. Does it make sense? Right? I just don't see, and I'm not going to make trade bait by sending good cards in the Arena Club to slab in the Arena Club so I can get access to other people's good cards. I think that's just foolish. I think there are a lot of influencers cards on there. There's a lot of chase cards on there right now. It seems like I'm making offers to the same person all the time. So I think it's going to repeat what StarStock's done. That's just my prediction right now. Now, I will tell you, with that being said, I'm going to be doing a video on using Arena Club because I want to try it, but I'm not sending anything into Arena Club. No, sirree. I don't care if you're damn offering free grading. I mean that. You could offer me free grading. I'm not sending cards in to get them slabbed. I would, we'll use them to buy. I will make low ball offers on their 10s in the hopes of getting a couple of them and then taking them off market, which I hear is a $10 fee to get your cards out of Arena Club. Is that true? $10 to get your card out? I hope that's not per card, but I think it might be. I think it might be $10 per card, which then really makes the grading fees really jack up when you think about, oh, I got my card graded by Arena, but it's $10 per card to get out. I don't know that, but I know there is an exit fee, which they seem to never tell you about. Kind of bothers me. Okay, last thing I'll talk about, then we'll go check the chat, see who's out there wants to do any Q&A. And I hope this was a fun session because I really fucking enjoyed it. This is my favorite content grader. Really is, man. I really, really fucking like Mike's retro trading cards. I'll just leave it at that. I like Joe. I like EP. I love their insight, their thoughts, their banter. I wish they did content more often. I can't wait for their content to come out next week. I got to wait a whole nother week for them to put content out, Joe, EP, and Mike. A whole week for you guys, man. There's so much that's going to happen between now and then. I cannot wait. If you guys are not watching, I hope you're watching as well. It's another channel that I definitely put on there. I want to see these guys pop 1,000 and keep climbing. We'll say this lastly, is that it doesn't seem like there are as many channels growing organically at this level, right? Well, let me also bring this up to the attention while I got it up here. I am going to be using Mascot. It looks cool. I checked it out after watching Jeremy's thing. I got a whole bunch of these PSA cards here, right? I think I'm going to put them in the Mascot. I think I'm going to use Mascot to try to sell them on, one thing I've always worked for you guys, try to sell them on Slab Stocks, on Slab Hub. Slab Hub? What's the name of this fucker? My slabs. My slabs. And I'm going to try to log in with that. I also hope they'll do Funko Pops. So I'll reach out to Ezra, talk about that. That's it. That's it. Let's go ahead and pop out of this. Get over here. Ooh, chit chat. Let me go read the chit chat. I do appreciate some chit chat. 30 minutes in chit chat. 16 people too, so chit chat away. What's up, sir? Good to see you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good song. That's the movie. Oh, I live. Hello, Orlando. I really enjoyed your video, by the way, with Mike Junkwax Hero sharing your collection. What Steve did was awesome. I agree, man. What Steve did was awesome. I have two, man. It's just crazy. You know why? Because again, I'll put it this way: if you could sniff or check out the scratch offs behind the counter at the 7-Eleven, don't you think people would? They'd be in there weighing the stacks, checking the cards in the windows. You know why? Because there's monetary value there, man. There's monetary value. Let's see. Only trust the backup. Thanks. Ooh. I hope not. Yeah, Fanatics could minus 10x the hobby. I just don't think I don't think Fanatics knows what the hell they're doing. And I don't know if they don't want to reach out to the right people. Like I guess part of it is like, think about this. They picked Luber and they know there's gotta be people in the executive room or sitting there laughing at something, what the fuck did you guys do? I mean, I'm not kidding, dude. I can't wait to go to the National to even see if Zero Cool even has a presence. Anybody even wonder that? Like, would you be shocked if you were there and there is no Zero Cool booth at all? Because it's been one full year and there has been not a single release of Zero Cool anything. And I mean, last year they were promoting Dune, they were promoting Stranger Things, they were promoting something else, and nothing has come out. I mean, how do you do that? How do you do that? So somebody's sitting there going, we wasted a lot of marketing, a lot of money on a product called Zero Cool, and right now we look Zero Cool for approving it. Someone probably got fired for that. And because of that burning, where they think they reached out to the community and they pulled somebody in, they probably won't do that again. But I think you just picked the wrong person. Oh, God help us if you pick another wrong person then. Oh, you know, back to this, the repacks being gambling. No, there's more to it. There's more to it. There used to be the sense of a gamble in a repack because that's the kind of a sense of a lottery ticket. But repacks have become awful. And I'm glad to see more and more people talking about it and how awful. I know something, well, mine's better. There's one legit one. In fact, I do want to say that even U.S. Patriot talks about one that he does like, and the reason he likes it because this guy packs his. I understand that. Find a different way to sell. Even the best repacker. If you're a good repacker, just find something different to do, man. Quit doing it for a while. Take a few years off until the community cleans up and people get clear of what they're doing, and then come up with a legitimate way to do it because it's too easy to copy and too easy to ruin people's hobby life. I put it that way. It's like freebasing hobby. But they won't. I agree. They won't. And part of it, though, too, Brett, is that people won't call it out. What they'll say to you, if you've been in the hobby long enough, they go, yeah, everybody knows repacks are frauds. Well, say it loudly, dude. Say it. Like when you go to your local card store and the local card store has repacks out there, look them in the eye and go, dude, what are you up with that? Repacks are frauds. What are you doing that for? Call them out on it. Say it. When you're in a dealer and the next to a dealer and he pulls out the repack, say, why are you doing that, Joe? Joe, why don't you sell your cards like everybody else, Joe? Because we don't do that, man. We don't. It's okay. Mike and Orlando. If I'm I know. Zero Cool, man. I just think he sold big time to the people. Collector's Dream, welcome, big star. Yeah, Collector's Dream is a big star, man. That was a good video. Effects are the best. Oh, God. Well, guys, I appreciate you all being here. I don't have anything else to talk about, man. I did my rant for the night. I'm excited. Let me say it, Ty. I wish you the best. I can't wait to see a lot of people at National. I really can. I wish I could show off more of my cards, man. I got some freaking sexy cards here. I did put an IG out. They're all, well, no, most of them are basketball. Here's a cool baseball card. Look at this one right here. That's pretty cool. This was one of those Derek Jeter packs sets. You know what I'm saying? I like that card. That's a cool card. It's a cool one. I also like this one too. Just because I got a couple of them. Pulled them all from little tins. One of my favorites though has to be this one right here. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. It just looks so damn good in gold. I'm a fan of Luka. I really am. I want to see him do well. I don't think he's. I think he's screwed though with Kyrie. I think Kyrie just killed him. It's like it's over. I feel like I'm so upset that Kyrie's there. Kyrie's ruining that. Oh, battery's dying. I gotta go, guys. Battery's dying. How did they? Come on. My computer starts to die. The mouse stops working.